if you've been working your way through the tutorials on this blog, you know that I advocate trying all of them regardless of their levels, and regardless of what level you believe you're currently at as a theremin player. The reason is because progress is very, very rarely linear. That is, you could be really doing well with one of the tutorials from the essentials and still trying to work on and perfect one of the ones from the fundamentals. Now, that being said, and the fact that I advocate doing all the tutorials at all the levels, I have to tell you that if you were with me right now, the next 5 tutorials that are designed to help you develop a new mindset towards pitch and articulation would never be introduced to you. They would never come into play until you could honestly say, and that we could gauge, that your progress with the fundamentals is truly solid, that you have a really good foundation for every single technique and your playing ability. In other words, you have a comfort level. Things cease to be a struggle, and you are developing your own finger movements, your own way of articulating, your own way of searching and finding and discerning pitches. And they're all good, beneficial habits that you are now falling into. And once you can say that you're honestly at that point, when you're right at the crest of the wave, that's when these would be introduced. The reason is because the next 5 tutorials are designed to challenge your comfort level. So, if you're still trying to get a solid foundation using the fundamentals, and you have less than a really good comfort level, these 5 tutorials could actually impede your progress. So, please honestly assess what you've been doing, listen to all the recordings you've been making of yourself, and if you can honestly say you've got a great foundation, then now is the time to try to develop this new mindset. About 4 years into my theremin playing, a really good friend of mine, classically trained musician, amazing musician, watched me playing, and while he was very positive in his remarks, he also said that he noticed a discomfort. He called it, it looked as if at times I was fighting the theremin to control it. And he said something to me which had very far-reaching long-term effects and an immediate short-term effect. He said, you know, whatever energy is out there in the universe, we're all composed of energy, right? And whatever energy is out there, that energy that's required to play a theremin is always out there. And stop trying to control the theremin, allow that energy in, and let the theremin play you. Now, this was coming from a very pragmatic man. This was a very esoteric statement for him to be making. But the more I thought about it, the more I had to confront certain things. Now, over the long term, what it resulted in is a way of moving beyond and working past my current level of ability by creating exercises for myself that basically pulled the rug out. It destroyed my comfort level and gave me a whole new set of choices. And that's what these, I'm hoping, will do for you. The short term, the most short term effect that it had on me was that I came face to face with inhibitions about playing that I never knew I had. And that's the first section of the next tutorial. So, if you're ready, and if you're at the right point, let's try the first one.